This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 6 in the NLT. For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You oppress even the elderly. You said, I will reign forever as the queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences. Listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. You say, I am the only one, and there is no other. I will never be a widow or lose my children. Well, both these things will come upon you in a moment. Widowhood and loss of your children. Yes, these calamities will come upon you, despite all your witchcraft and magic. You felt secure in your wickedness. No one sees me, you said, but your wisdom and knowledge have led you astray. And you said, I am the only one, and there is no other. So disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it away. Calamity will fall upon you, and you won't be able to buy your way out. A catastrophe will strike you suddenly, one for which you are not prepared. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. But they are like straw burning in a fire. They cannot save themselves from the flame. You will get no help from them at all. Their hearth is no place to sit for warmth. And all of your friends, those with whom you've done business since childhood, will go their own ways, turning a deaf ear to your cries. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect out there, the 144,000, and the rest of the elect, shalom. I'm the brother Damar Gibar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right. And those few chapters said a whole lot, man. And they're all in line with what's happening right now in these end time prophecies as far as dealing with Babylon the Great, which is America, man. And everything that I was reading in these scriptures is getting ready to befall Babylon the Great. You see, because this guy Trump, is that cruel Lord. He's the perfect guy in office to bring these prophecies to pass. And we can see, America is putting itself in a very, in a very dangerous place, in a very, isolated place to fall, man. And this place is becoming greatly despised. It's becoming greatly hated. It's being greatly condemned, man. And everybody is turning a side eye on Babylon the Great. And everybody is finally starting to see the hypocrite that, the so-called white man Esau Edom is, and how hypocritical America is, man. And, and like I said, a lot of these moves that America has been making lately is further fulfilling prophecy, man. All right. All of this pride, all of this arrogance, all of this bullying, all of this, Department of War and, Esau moving in this proud, ancient conqueror spirit is really leaving this man very, very isolated and even hated by all of his allies, man. To eventually, Babylon is going to be left with only one ally, and that's going to be the tiny top, and they're both going to be destroyed together, man. You see? And this man is feeling very secure in his wickedness and in his military and in his, ability really to bully and slap up weaker nations. But, those days are getting ready to come to an end. A disaster is getting ready to befall this place. Sabotage is getting ready to befall America. And this guy Trump is not making it any better at all. And we know he's doing the bidding of these elites. We know that, he has orders that he has to follow, and there's things that he's being told to do, but it's ultimately all going to work against, these elites and against Babylon. Because remember, it's all according to the counsel and the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord is setting the stage for this place to be brutally burnt with fire and ultimately judged and destroyed as prophecy says so. And this man's going to continue to move in such a way that's going to set the stage for that to happen. And it's very beautiful, man. All right. And there's no amount of witchcraft. There's no amount of, calculations or artificial intelligence or, what do they call that shit? Remote viewing or, tapping into these supercomputers or AI or their agenda that's going to counteract what the Lord has in store for Babylon the Great. You see? And what does it say here in 15? All of your friends, those with whom you have done business since childhood, will go their own ways and turning a deaf ear. See, and that's what the getting ready to happen to America. It's literally going to be allyless, except for those tiny tops, which in essence are truly weak, without the backing and the military of America to go in and to, do their bidding on a carnal and, warlike situation. And they're both are going to be ultimately destroyed together. You see, and all of the allies is they're no longer going to help you, and they're all going to turn their back on you. They're all going to eventually end up linking up with your enemies, because like I said, they're going to eventually end up hating Babylon the Great, and Trump is doing everything in his power. Now he's trying to start his own coalition to basically make NATO useless, which is going to ultimately turn back and bite him in the ass, man. Look, you've done too much ill dealings. You've done too much bullying. You've showed your hand too much as being an unreliable partner. Nobody wants to really do business with you. Nobody wants to get involved with your dollar because it comes with a bunch of skullduggery and straight up bullshit, man. They rather go do deals with China and with Russia and with BRICS because they'll get a better deal. They don't interfere. And, you just like if you go do a deal with China and Russia, they're not going to make you sign on to democracy. They're not going to use, their, they're not going to use their policies to basically make you bow down and do whatever the hell they want you to do. They're not going to punish you or do you dirty if you don't do the bidding of America or do the bidding of what they want you to do. If you don't take on democracy, where ultimately they can put in puppet leaders and destabilize your countries if you don't play ball the way they want you to do. So now they're just like, hey, fuck America, fuck the dollar. We don't want to do business with these guys. They're scumbags. They're hypocrites. They'll stab you in the back. So to hell with them, man. And it's leaving you isolated and it's leaving you allyless, which is beautiful because it's going to ultimately lead to your destruction. So I found this article from the Irish Star. It says Trump throws unhinged tariff tantrum over prospect of France refusing to join his new board of peace. You see, and I saw a video earlier. Let me see if I can find it. On that board of peace. I watched it earlier. I think the brother Micah Allah had posted it on his page. It was a short. What the fuck? It was a short with this lady. She was basically going into what the board of peace was. Let me do it like this. Maybe I can find it. No, that brother posted it earlier. I saw it this morning in the wee hours in the morning when I was at work. See if I can find it. Where's that brother's page at? Let me go to this page. I know it was let me do it like this. It was a short he had put up with this Edomite lady. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. I hate when they do that shit, man. It was a short with this lady. Damn. I know it was in my history, but I don't want to scroll through it all. It was earlier in the day. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's check this out.
I need you to sit down for this. You're going to one part laugh and one part scream your head off. So Donald Trump is trying to replace NATO with what he's calling the Peace Board. To be a member country of the Peace Board, you merely have to cough up $1 billion. And if you want to stay on the board, you got to cough it up every 3 years from your own country's coffers. And what you get for being a member of this Peace Board is you get a vote on international matters. but your vote only counts if it meets the acceptance of the chair. And Donald Trump has appointed himself the chair. So you either vote in a way that he likes or he rejects your vote. And if you would like to stay on the board within those 3 years, that's totally up to Donald Trump too. Because you could pay $1 billion from your country's coffers and he could kick you off, say if he doesn't like how you've been voting. This is such a fucking joke. But here's the part that will worry you. In an attempt to replace NATO, which is pulling together the military might from various countries trying to defend Greenland and Denmark, what he's attempting to do is combine the military might of the countries that join his peace board. And those countries are going to be your dictatorships. Those are going to be your corrupt countries at the seat of that table, joining forces military-wise to advance Donald Trump and this fascist regime's goals around the world. And he's taking their $1 billion per country to accomplish this. Their votes really do not matter.
Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about, man. So it says Trump throws unhinged tariff tantrum over prospect of France refusing to join his new board of peace. You see, and that's what that lady was talking about. You see, so this man is moving very bully-like, man. And like I said, it's causing Babylon and Trump to be very despised, man, on the global scale. And like I said, we know a lot of this shit is being orchestrated by these elites. They're doing a lot of these things intentionally, but these nations are just not going to always agree on everything. And like I said, ultimately, it's setting the stage for Babylon the Great to be destroyed, man, for this place to be isolated, to be allied-less, to be, to be hated, on the world stage. And it's beautiful. It says U.S. President Trump has threatened to slap a hefty 200% tariff on French wine and champagne if France refuses his invitation to join the newly formed Board of Peace. And he's going to do this to other countries too, other NATO and EU members that don't want to join his fucking Board of Peace. See, he's bullying them, man. It's causing him to be greatly despised. And he's doing this against American allies, man. You see, because America is trying to regain its dominance of the world, which is losing, man. You see, and how America has been able to keep its dominance over the whole world is by the petrodollar. Well, now a lot of these nations have figured out a way to move and to operate outside of the petrodollar. You see, and it's causing America's dominance in that aspect to wane, to get weaker. People now, a lot of these countries that were weak, that were not able to resist America imperialism, American threats. Now they're linking up with Russia and with China, with India, with Russia and these other countries, militarily, economically. And now they're able to tell America to go fuck yourself, man. You can't just easily bully us and have your way with us, not without it being met with resistance. And now a lot of these countries who are not, who are stronger, but they're not strong enough to fight America on its own. Now they're linked up. Now they're clicked up with Russia and with China and with other countries that all have a similar hatred for America imperialism, man. And it's causing Babylon to be isolated, man. You see, America's not as strong as it once was. Now, these nations are banding together. Now these nations are finally waking up and smelling, they always knew that America was treacherous and to backstab you and hypocrites and a bunch of damn demons. But now they're able to do something about it. And now the only card that America has to play is trying to use, the whatever they can left of their power over the economy to squeeze and to pressure and to bully nations into doing what they wanted to do. But it's only leading to this place being more and more despised, man. It says U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to slap a hefty 200% tariff on French wine and champagne if France refuses his invitation to join the newly formed Board of Peace. So they straight up trying to debo France, man. And like I said, and they're going to do this to other countries that don't want to join his stupid ass Board of Peace. And that lady just told you what it was really all about. Just giving the West more power over these nations and having them join a board to where Trump is going to be at the head of it. And that smells complete and utter disaster. You see? Everybody know how proud and how ridiculous he is. It says the board, ostensibly created to supervise the reconstruction of war-ravaged Gaza, seems to have a much wider remit of maintaining global order, with Trump at the head, according to his founding charter. Right? It's just trying to give America more power and more control, and it's trying to hold on to its imperialist hegemonic power seat. But it's not happening, man. This place is through. Nobody wants to deal with this place. You've basically ruined your welcome and burned all your bridges, man. Now these nations have figured out a way to operate outside of you, and now you're trying to flex and trying to, debo these nations into, bowing down to you, but it's not working. And it's beautiful because the Lord is making you do that, because the Lord ultimately has you in very slippery places, man. It says Trump tariff threat is a response to French President Emmanuel Macron's apparent hesitation to participate in the initiative. I'll put a 200% tariff on his wines and champagnes and he'll join, but he doesn't have to join, Trump stated, referring to the French president. See, so what is it? Either you want him to join or you don't. He's basically telling him, look, either he'll join or he won't. Either, look, we'll tariff you into complete submission. And they know that bringing that tariff is pretty much a tax on the people, which will ultimately cause what? They're able to use that to destabilize France, cause insurrections, cause the people to be pissed off, cause more protests. And then they'll be able to go in there and, do what America has always been known to do. But check this part out here. It says, he added, no one wants him because he's going to be out of office very soon. Macron's term ends in May 2027. A source close to Macron said that France does not intend to answer favorably to the invitation, pointing out that the board's charter goes beyond the sole framework of Gaza. Right. That whole is being set up to to the reconstruction of war-ravaged Gaza. That's all bullshit. That's just what they tell you on the surface to make it seem like that's what it's about. But we know the deeper implications of what this is really all about. It says it goes beyond the sole framework of Gaza. The board, which will cost $1 billion to join and is chaired by Trump, has been attacked by critics as an attempt by the U.S. president to create a rival United Nations with himself at the head. You see, this is why he's puffing at. That's why he wants to take Greenland. That's why he's not listening to the other NATO allies about just leaving it alone, and and America can't just take it, because now he's saying basically F all you guys, America is the reason why NATO is still something. It's through our military and through our dollars that we're keeping it. We're propping it up. You other NATO nations ain't paying your fair share. So basically, he's like, screw all of you guys, man. And that's why he'll go in there and talk all type of shit about him, And now he's trying to have this new board to where he's trying to create his own NATO. But nobody wants to fuck with America like that, man. It's too late. You burned all your bridges, man. Nobody wants anything to do with you. Like I read, your allies, what did I read? Right there. What did it say? It says, all of your friends, those with whom you have done business since childhood, will go their own ways. Right. Because, they're tired of being an underling to a damn fool. It says, the U.S. president to create a rival United Nations with himself at the head. It comes after the daughter of Trump's doctor made a bombshell claim about his health. What else is in here? Yep, it says the threat of a French wine tariff is just one facet of a larger diplomatic disagreement revolving around Greenland, a semi-autonomous Danish territory that Trump has repeatedly claimed the U.S. must control for strategic reasons. Trump has threatened to impose tariffs of up to 25% on 8 European countries, including Denmark, France, Germany, and the UK, unless Greenland is ceded to U.S. control. And you better believe if he's willing to put a 200 tariff tax on France, you don't think he'll put that 200 on these other 8 European countries and any other countries that don't want to sign up with his bullshit? And they're really trying to rival what BRICS is doing. But it's too late. Like I said, BRICS is a much better option and a much better deal for these nations, because they know that's not going to come with the constant blows and sabotage and wickedness that America's dealing with. America has, It says European leaders have firmly condemned Trump's tariff threats, with German and French finance ministers stating that Europe will not be intimidated by such measures. They describe the actions as unacceptable and are preparing retaliatory responses, man. So I don't have to read no more of that. All right. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 5. It says, I'll read it in the NLT. It says, this is Psalms 10 and 4. The wicked are too proud to seek the Most High. They seem to think that the Most High is dead, yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishments awaiting them. They sneer at all their enemies. They think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever. You see? And this is the spirit that Esau is in, man. Especially Trump. You see? Especially these elites, man. They think, they've been getting away with wickedness and doing whatever they've been wanting to do for so long. They really believe that, the Most High is with them and the Most High is not going to do anything. You see, but little do they know the Lord is setting the stage for these devils that are about to be judged, man. It says their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tips of their tongues. And we're seeing Trump exhibiting that right now against his allies and his enemies for this whole tariff situation. And this is Ezekiel 28 and 1. It says, the word of Yahweh came unto me saying, I'm reading NLT Salakia. Son of man, give the prince of Tyre this message from the sovereign Yahweh, all right? And we know this is talking about the ancient prince of Tyrus, but when you do the research and you understand how the prince of Tyrus was moving back in his day, it's the same spirit and the same thing that America and this Trump administration is doing. Moving very proudly, moving very arrogantly, thinking that they're God and that, they're untouchable and whatever they do is going to turn to gold and they can do whatever they want, all manner of wickedness and hypocrisy and sabotage and bullshit until eventually they were destroyed, man. It says, in your great pride, you claim I am a God. You see, I sit on a divine throne in the heart of the sea. But you are only a man and not a God, though you boast that you are God. Right. You hear these devils talking about through this technology, through AI. These elites think they have the perfect plans. They got everything set in place. They're totally in control of their future and the future of all people on this planet Earth. They're going to merge man with machine. They're going to roll out this artificial intelligence, 15-minute cities. They're going to be able to use this technology to have life extension, cure all these diseases, turn themselves into technological geniuses. And, they ain't worried about the Most High's judgment. They can, if the Most High takes away the rain, they can make it rain. So these devils are moving in a very proud spirit, man. Just like the Prince of Tyrus did, man, until the day came to where he realized he wasn't in control and the arm of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai came in and slapped the taste out of his mouth, man. You see, it says, but you are only a man and not a God, though you boast that you are a God. You regard yourself as wiser than Daniel and think no secret is hidden from you. And with your wisdom and understanding, ye have amassed great wealth, gold and silver for your treasures. Yes, your wisdom has made you very rich, and your riches have made you very proud. And I think the scriptures say, let me see if I can find that real fast. There's a gain that turns into something. Let me see. It's not in the Exodus. I think it's in Wisdom of Solomon. I think that's it right there. Is this it? Yep, this is Ecclesiasticus 20 and 9. There is a sinner that have good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth the loss. There is a gift that shall not profit thee, and there is a gift whose recompense is double. You see? And this is what this man is getting ready to experience, man. All this stuff that he's done, it's been good to him, but ultimately it's going to lead to his utter destruction, man. You see? It says, therefore your wisdom has made you very rich, and your riches have made you very proud. You see? And this, you can't tell me this man ain't moving more proud than ever right now. You see the big shit Trump is talking with this whole board of, what's that shit called? The board of what? What the fuck is he trying to set up? Yeah, his board of peace. And obviously, you know, it ain't no goddamn board of peace. It's a board of war. It's a board of imperialism. It's a board of a hammer, man. You see, but they always try to put out these, you know, having a play on words. They'll tell you, oh, it's a board of peace. It's here to make. Get the hell out of here. You ain't never been a man of peace. You've your blessing is the sword. And you're always gonna lead with the sword, man. You're not gonna lead with peace. Trump said that when he got in the office that he was gonna end all these wars. This nigga just started 8 new wars, man. And remember, he's that red horse that came to take peace from the earth, man. This dude can't help himself but to bring war and calamity and never know. He's never known peace since the inception of America. It started with the sword and it's going to end with the sword, man. It says, therefore, this is what the sovereign Yahweh says, because you think you are as wise as a god, I will now bring against you a foreign enemy, the terror of the nations, which a lot of these nations are going to be allies of yours, man. But we know it's going to be led by Russia and China and a lot of these, Libya, Turkey, South Korea, North Korea. And a lot of your allies are going to eventually all flip the script and turn on your dumb ass. And they're going to burn this whore with fire. It says they will draw their swords against your marvelous wisdom and defile your splendor. They will bring you down to the pit and you will die in the heart of the sea, pierced with many wounds. Will you then boast, I am a God? Those who kill you, to those who kill you, to them you will be no God, but merely a man. You will die like an outcast at the hands of foreigners. I, the sovereign Yahweh, have spoken this. You see? It says then this further message came to me from Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, son of man, sing this funeral song for the king of Tyre, and give him this message from the sovereign Yahweh. You were the model of perfection, full of wisdom and exquisite in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of the Most High. Your clothing was adorned with every precious stone, red carnelian, pale green peridot, white moonstone, blue-green beryl, onyx, green jasper, blue lapis lazuli, turquoise, and emerald, all beautifully crafted for you and set in the finest gold. They were given to you on the day you were created. You see? It says, it said you were blameless in all you did from the day you were created until the day evil was found in you. Your rich commerce led you to violence, and you sinned. So I banished you in disgrace from the mountain of the Most High. I expelled you, O mighty guardian, from your place among the stones of fire. Your heart was filled with pride because of all your beauty. Your wisdom was corrupted by your love of splendor. So I threw you to the ground and exposed you to the curious gaze of kings. You defiled your sanctuaries with your many sins and your dishonest trade. So I brought fire out from within you, and it consumed you. I reduced you to ashes on the ground in sight of all who were watching. All who knew you are appalled at your fate. You have come to a terrible end, and you will exist no more, man. You see, and this is the path the Lord has Babylon the Great on. And we can't wait. And it's beautiful, man. So keep moving in this manner. Keep moving in this pride. It's only going to lead you to be utterly destroyed, boy. All right. And this is Revelation 17 and 16. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse said, remember, it was just saying how he was going to die upon the waters, meaning he was going to die by all these other nations in this third world's war. Everybody's going to flip. Everybody's going to turn. It says, where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. All right. This who's the beast? NATO, and the EU and even Canada. A lot of your allies, they're going to hate you, man, because of the way that you're moving in these last days. And that board of peace ain't helping you none either, man. You see, it says, and they shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall burn her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled, man. So keep on keeping on, Trump, when the way you're moving is going to lead to you being utterly destroyed, man. And we can't wait. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, for putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. Until the next one, shalom.